So in this one, I'm going to help you guys build some teams here for the new incoming Beast Gohan. Well, Ultimate Gohan into Beast Gohan. If you want to see their kits, I'll probably have it linked. It's all over everywhere. Go on any media, you'll see it. If you want to see it in the last video, it's there. If you want to see it in the stream, it's there. But basically, this is with all their kits in mind. Unfortunately, for Beast Gohan, technically, Gotenks doesn't have his kit out yet, so we don't know. But this is assuming Gotenks would also be able to be core, because he also flows very well with Beast. And just the some stuff we saw with the endurance and defense type, a tank unit. Beast wants a tank unit alongside him, right? So this is just assuming Gotenks could flow. Again, I'm going to do multiple variations of teams you could build, some with obviously hybrids in mind, some without, and we can even have this guy's a reference because we already have a Beast going in the game, right? So let's get into it here. So number one, I'm just saying, if you own this character, perfect partner, quite literally perfect partner. If you don't know this character, Cape Gohan from when the purple LF cell did drop, does, well, defend. He's very good as a green unit, and what you ideally would like is a very bulky green. Again, Janemba does exist, this Gohan is red, so he's just at a disadvantage inherently, but this offsets that, right? You have a green unit that could tank. If you own him, staple. This is a staple, you're gonna run him, you're not gonna replace him, he's not getting swapped out. That's why he's here. He's a staple character that you would run. Now, if you don't own him, it's unfortunate, it's all right. You don't have to run him, but just to point out, this character is very good on his own merit with the lock, and he can do the ceiling rush, the double vanishing, and also here, as you can read, Fun Facts every time when hit with the enemy strike blast or blue, he's gaining damage as well as giving damage to his allies and health restored. And if you don't know, Gohan from the last video, he is gaining damage every time an ally is hit. So this guy's stacking his own ally damage. That's 30% damage inflicted every single time this Gohan takes a card. Beast gets 30%. He gets 20 on his own, 10 right here. 20 on his own, 10 right here. And this guy's not a bad tank. He's a very solid tank. I've used this guy quite often. This guy's a very solid tank. Just right now, hybrids are in an unfortunate positioning prior to Beast Gohan to where he's not in the most ideal setup for himself. But with Beast Gohan dropping, clearly you have a very good offense unit coming back into the game, and even I'm pretty sure LF Beast Gohan will be back on Future Boost because it's movies, right? They'll probably add superhero units back on Future Boost. So you have more value for this guy to exist, on top of, again, the lock, and he could do the big heal he does as well here. I believe, own health is 50% below, source health by 30%. Very nice for him. His own green card is also a very good green card. After 60 timer counts, which could be a little bit of a while, but again, if you have this character and Gotenks who has endurance, it probably is going to be very bulky. You have full coverage on like these big hard-hitting units, right? You have this guy covering against Janemba, you have Gotenks covering against, let's say, Goku, Frieza, and others that just exist that are very good purples. Purples and blues are really good colors, so green and yellows offset that, helps you have some more durability. He gives ally health there as well, ally damage inflicted. Again, this Gohan is a very good option. If you do own him, please run him. You're going to want him for defense, but nonetheless, to continue on from that sort of hope, a very solid option. Again, if you don't pull the Gotenks or if you don't have Cape Gohan, it's just a very good unit. Trunks is a little bit more offense geared, which, once again, Transforming Gohan really wants a defense unit alongside him so he can stack that damage when an ally's getting hit. He has cover and ult, boom, he just enters and clobbers everybody's entire life and their whole fucking, bloodline, right? That he wants an ally hit, comes in, has cover and ult, kills their bloodline. That's what he wants to do. That's his entire fucking objective. Holy shit, that sunlight is bright. That's crazy. But sort of hope he's just a little bit worse off of this Gohan of Cape here, but still a solid option. Again, some damage here. Not the worst in output, but definitely not the greatest. But still a solid option you can run. And then Beast himself, I would say this is gonna be okay. I don't know how well Beast will perform on his own basis. He will be running the hybrid period. He will be having some support because the other Beast actually does give, I believe it's blast damage, but he does give some support here. The new one that's coming to the game, but he could be an okay option. I still prefer Sword of Hope just because the endurance, the safetiness, all that stuff that's going alongside him. But you can run this guy. Off options, if you really are struggling with like, I don't know if I can do this, and you really want to run hybrid specifically, Pan does exist. I know she isn't green, she's red, which isn't ideal, but she can't neutral, and that could be very well against even Janemba, right? You can still take the hits, and Pan does support much faster than Cape. It's just Cape is much more safe, so it's more where you're leaning towards in that discretion. If you do want some crazy offense burst, I mean, you could just do the puddle Pan, new Gohan thing, and I'll probably do that video on its own, but Pan's a solid option. Bench-wise here, again, you always want HP, so Pan would be the bench for here. But if you want to change the team to off of hybrids, which could be a thing people want to do because they won't own some of these characters I'm pointing out, so let's just exclude everyone I point out already. The best stuff that you could run, though, was already mentioned. So Cape Gohan, Sword of Hope, the new Gotenks coming out, and that's it. That's the best 3 that you could run. That's going to be with transforming Gohan here, right? But if you don't own any of those, you want to run Sun Family, let's say that for an example, or movies, which I'll touch on as well. But again, I think the main team for him will be hybrids. Hybrid Pure is fucking incredible. So we'll remove this guy, just a placeholder here. And options you can run Color Synergy, right? Name it Goku, you own him, okay, blue, red, purple. So you have Gohan right here, hypothetically, then you have Goku Frieza. Boom, blue, red, purple. Perfectly free, perfectly fine, no real dilemma there. If you want some support, you can run X20 instead of one of these 2 here. If you want some, I don't know, some defensiveness, you can run red UI, red green, that's color synergy as well. You want a yellow there for like that 3rd character, you could do it for anybody as well. Having not many great options, I guess Forku could be an option here, but it's not the greatest option. Maybe even Puddle at this rate, because again, what this guy wants is allies hit. So revival, endurance, tank units, these are the 3 main things that will make this Gohan really shine. Whether he's on hybrids or not, he shines because he is having allies get hit. Shit, even if you want to run this Goku here, who's very much in a setup to where he allows his team to heal and to be more bulky than not, given mostly on Dragon Ball, but still overall, he does control that bulk phase. Boom, right there, another unit. Just units that can soak a little bit of damage, and then boom, this guy comes in, murders everything. Just most likely have them be a green unit, and then you're perfectly fine, right? Again, Sun Family, not ideal, but is a setup you can do. And then the last team here I will touch on, which would be movies. I'm not going to touch on leader slot teams because, like, you could just run them on leader slot. Like, you don't really, you have to test how that goes, right? And I can't obviously test it now. But hybrids and movies would obviously be probably the best 2. And you look at here, Orange Piccolo did just plat, red, green, color synergy once again, having some protection there against those spooky blues. Clearly is something you will want, and Orange Piccolo does supply that, does give some support as well, 15% on his main. I don't think he's the ideal partner. Again, you want the hybrid pure, you want more and more and more support. You don't just want some one-time bullshit, you want some stacking, gold, 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 gold. Like, Beast wants to hit hard, so let him fucking hit hard, right? You got 10 counts of that shit, so make it fucking count. But Orange Piccolo, solid option. Obviously, you could just run Janemba, and it's like, okay, here's these 3, probably a very solid trio. Won't really struggle. UGB could be run as well, especially if he does return to feature boost, which again, they might just return every movie character, or they might just return superhero characters, who knows, or just featured units on the banner. Again, who fucking knows, we'll see. But yeah, every team you want HP bench, so again, here you want Pan, the other team you would run Kakarot HP bench, and then if you have him at least, or EX Raditz, I guess, but then you leader slot Gohan there, right, on Sun Family, because you run mostly Gokus at that point. But yeah, team-wise here, Zenkai buff, you don't really probably even care for it, considering transforming units have really good stats on transformation state for the most part. But here you could run Janemba as a Zenkai buffer, he does red movies. Even on hybrids, you could do Great Saiyan 1 and 2, because that would give you abilities to everybody, even here. They do the same exact premise, so that could also be a Zenkai buffer as well. But the main team, once again, is going to be hybrids with Cape Gohan, and, well, moving from there. And then the last thing I'll touch on is equipments that he could run. Again, just the most obvious things here. He is a melee type, by the way. So boom, boom, and then he probably can run this, right? I'm actually assuming he can, just because why wouldn't he? Blue. Oh, no, he can't. Okay, well, that's tragic. But if you want to run with Sun Family, boom, double pure right there. If you want to run with Pycon Gogeta, boom, double pure right there, right? Very easy options. This equipment actually should be able to be run on him. Yeah, exactly, and it gives some blue card damage flick there. They strike. Very good equipments for him. Probably these 3 would be the best 3 for him. If not, you could argue, again, double pure here, double pure here, double pure here. Like, you have very easy options for Beast Gohan, because Gohan has so many tags. But yeah, that's the build setup you probably want to run for him. Again, hybrids being the most opportune, and if you're going to run hybrids, then you could just run this pure as well, because, well, every hybrid usually is going to be, well, I guess if you run Gotenks, do Gotenks have something? the fusions have? Hypothetically, let's just say it. If not, you can just run this anyways. It doesn't fucking matter. This is all hybrids anyways. But yeah, pure wise, you're gonna be fine out there. Equip wise, perfectly clear and easy. Mostly on movies, I would say the easiest equips for him. On hybrids, not like he's lacking in most departments, right? But let me know what you guys think of this team build guide. Very quick, very easy, but I didn't want to make it too in-depth because we don't know everything about every character, and Gotenks is a big factor in this. But I do think this does help. And if you're considering summoning and you can fulfill any of these, you're going to have a good time with this Gohan. And even if you can't, you're still going to have a good time with this Gohan. I'll see you guys in the next one.